So with everything going on in Iraq and Iran in the past few days, there's been a lot of talk about a possible draft. This comes up every few years. In addition, there's also continued talk about the female draft being instated. There's never been a female draft in the US before. It's always been all-male draft registration, or otherwise known as the selective service, which all males have to sign up for when they turn 18. Females in the United States are exempt for this, for now. So I enlisted in the military 9 years ago, voluntarily enlisted, that is. And about 5 years ago, in 2014, I was in training in the Deep South, and I went to the post office to go ship some stuff out. I went on my lunch break in uniform, and I'm waiting in line, and this older woman, maybe in her 70s or so, is waiting in line next to me, and she says to me, "Oh, thank you for your service," and all this, and I was kind of like, "Oh, thank you, I really haven't done anything. I just play Tetris." Just kidding, I don't do that. Then this woman asked me if I lied about my age to get into the military. I was like, no. She goes, "You look like you're about 16, sweetheart." And then she asks, "Honey, were you drafted?" At first I wasn't sure if she was kidding or not, and so I laughed. Then I realized she was serious. So I said, "Nope, wasn't drafted. There hasn't been a draft in place since 1975, which was 40 years ago at the time." And then I said to her, "Females aren't drafted. We don't have to sign up for the draft. It's never been that way. I'm sure that'll probably change in a few years, but that's a whole other subject." She goes, oh, wow. Okay. I'm thinking maybe she didn't know that the draft had ended. She was an older lady, so she'd probably seen the Vietnam War and everything, and she'd probably watched Neighbors. Maybe people in her church get drafted and go off to war. Maybe she just missed the fact that the draft had ended in 1975, 4 decades earlier. But I wasn't going to be rude or anything like that, so some people don't know. And another time, I was doing a charity ruck march, which is basically a hike or a walk with a rucksack, just a huge backpack, basically, heavy backpack. And we were doing a ruck march through DC, through the National Mall, which is where all the monuments are. And when we started off by the Lincoln Memorial, it's a whole group. It's like 5 women, and then the rest were, men. I think about maybe 30 or so men. And this woman goes, "Is that the Boy Scouts?" No, nobody looked like a boy. Nobody. We're all grown. Some had beards. Nobody looked prepubescent. And I don't know if these people had never seen the Boy Scout uniform, which is tan and olive, drab. I don't know. I don't know where these people get their info from, or I have no clue. I'd love to peek inside their minds, or maybe not. I don't know. So a few facts about when the draft actually ended. The New York Times came out with an article a few days ago stating that the draft was abolished in 1973. The title of that article is "Will There Be a Draft?" If you go to the Selective Service System website, which is sss.gov, it states that the last Vietnam draft lottery was March 12, 1975. It also states that registration with the Selective Service ended on April 1st, 1975. It goes on to state that registration was resumed in July 1980 and has been in place ever since for men.
Our